Zeroth! EverX certainly is the 0th person to be here. He even said it just before the stream properly started. Hello! Streaming has been tough recently. For anybody who's been around, my new computer simply cannot... Like, I've tried everything. It can't run Final Fantasy XIV without crashing. Not often. Sometimes you make it an hour or 2 or 3. Chronicus is here, and he's 1th. Also known as 1st. So we had the Final Fantasy 14 stream get cut short the past 3 weeks in a row. I've actually been swapping my old computer back in just so that I can play. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that up. Like, if I'll just start streaming from the old computer on Sundays, or if I'll just find something else to do on Sundays instead of streaming 14. But it really sucks, and I think it is, like, something that I'm gonna have to just contact AMD over and say, here's this maybe problem with with your card, or with the current driver. EverX can't stay. Just a quick hi. Very well. It's good to see you, though. And then I missed Tuesday's stream, too, just due to random stuff. Oh, this is neat. Okay, so when you load, it recaps where you are. After flying clear across the Atlantic, we finally found ourselves in ye olde England. Oh, it's Maya talking. Nick was stuck working right up to when we left, so he's kind of tired, but I'm pumped and ready to get my sightseeing on. Even though he said he was only here for that attorney exchange thing, and wouldn't have to appear in court. We still ended up in court, and Nick said I'm the one that would jinx us. Looks like we'll be defending Espella. All right, I'm ready and raring to go. Okay, good. It brings us right back to where we were. All right. All right, so it only recapped a tiny bit. We are probably very close to the end of this case, and this is just the intro, like, prologue case, if you want to call it that. It's not a murder case for the first time ever in Phoenix Wright. We're defending someone who's accused of assault and theft. This is the person that they supposedly assaulted. She had an injury to the back of the head, supposedly from a pipe that the defendant was wielding, but we showed that the fingerprints on the pipe were the wrong way around. Is that a freaking spider just descending from the ceiling? Really now? Alright, hold on. Did it land inside the light? I'll be right back. This freaking apartment, I tell ya. Where is it? Alright, well. Oh, there. Ha! I got him. I double got him. I extra got him. Terrible. The worst ever. Alright. And she was accused of stealing PC Badger. A little doll of the London equivalent of Blue Badger. I wrestled this toy back from that thief and then gave it to the police. When I found that girl, I thought I couldn't let her get away with our precious cargo. Naturalmente, I had to get the toy back from her first. Its leg got ripped off though. But there's no way I could have attacked her with the pipe. I was holding the toy in one hand. I don't remember much about when I was it, but I got the toy back at least. So this is where we left off, and I don't actually remember or I maybe never figured out. Oops. Well, we left off. I was not sure what the answer to this was. And he just says this one's easy, I know what to do. There's a clear contradiction. Dang it.
Hold it.
I may have even read through all of these already. When you entered the cargo hold, Espella had this stuffed animal, right? Naturalmente, I caught her red-handed. She was trying to steal it, I'm telling you. To be honest, doesn't sound like she's lying. But is Espella really a thief? We can't be sure about it. Just picking something up doesn't make you a thief. Anyway, something else in her testimony is on my mind right now. Alright, so that's the hint that this has nothing to do with it. It's not this one. Has the defense changed its mind about the innocence of its client now? Witness, continue your testimony. What did you do after coming across the defendant? Oops.
Hold it.
It's such a tiny detail, but it doesn't... The other one that we saw clearly says London, and this one has like scribble. Is it because it's a counterfeit? Yeah, the workshop where they make them is by the River Thames. We come to pick up the cargo regularly. As it's a regular direct delivery service, we do not see the need to investigate the cargo. Okay.
Hold it.
The stuffed animal's leg got ripped off when you were fighting? Yeah. It came off easier than the shell off a freshly boiled lobster. They seem kind of flimsy. Not very... Does the fact that it's ripped contradict that it's that it's genuine? Because these are bootlegs? I have a feeling this is the real problem with the testimony. So you didn't hit the defendant with this steel pipe. Aren't you forgetting who the victim is, sweetie? I am, and I didn't strike myself with that pipe. Aren't you getting things backwards? Feeling dizzy? Maybe you haven't been eating properly. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this. Okay.
Hold it.
The light was dark because only the emergency light was on, but there was definitely no one else in that room, only me and that little girl. So it had to be her that hit me. Yeah, I still don't know. She says, I was holding the toy. Is it that none of the... Like, this one here shows a different one than the one she's talking about? Or is it the fact that she was holding on to the... Okay, hold on. It's probably this torn tag, right? If she was holding... Yeah, okay, alright. I see it now. I got the toy back at least. No, you didn't. All you had was the tag.
Objection.
Nope, I'm wrong. She didn't get the toy back, though. Or maybe here?
Objection.
No, still no. Uh-oh. We're dying on the tutorial case. I mean, I guess the other thing to present is the doll itself. Here? Or here?
Objection.
Nope, that was wrong. Hail Mary.
Objection.
Nope, that was still wrong. We got a game over on the tutorial case. That's enough. There is no need to prolong this trial. The verdict is already clear as day. There are no doubts nor ambiguities. The court will now issue its verdict. I disagree. I will appeal. The defendant will be placed under arrest, they already are, and undergo a regular trial at the High Court within a month. The court is adjourned. Is that how it works? Is that how it works? So it's not the tag or the badger on the last two. What is it then? It's something I don't get. Yeah, Serp, I did. It was unfortunate. I had... Yeah. Yeah, after the second crash, I didn't start the stream back up again. Also, also, it was muted. The last couple minutes of it, I didn't realize, because I was experimenting with, can I just have I was like, last thing I can try is, what if I were only running off of one monitor instead of two? And so I had OBS like not visible, so it was just behind the stream or behind the game, and because of that, when I came back from a BRB, I actually forgot to unmute. This ain't no episode 5. Oh, episode 5 of Umineko. Yes, and man, it's good. I can't wait to see what else happens in there. But for now, I don't get this. I don't know. I'm not anywhere near on the right track, and we only have a few pieces of evidence here. She says, there's no way I could have attacked her with the pipe. I was holding the toy in one hand. I already presented the torn tag and the stolen toy, and I don't think there's anything... Or is that it? That we're somehow going to present the fingerprints and use that to say, hey, if... No, wait. Thought I couldn't let her get away with our precious cargo. Had to get that toy back from her. There was no way... Okay, I guess we're presenting this as a way of saying, in a very roundabout way, hey, look, here's a picture of her fingerprints on the pipe. That means she was holding the pipe with both hands. That means she couldn't have been holding the toy that you alleged that she was holding while you attacked her.
Objection.
That's not it. Okay. I might... If I mean, at this point, I'm kind of just guessing, which isn't much fun. Yeah, what do you suggest, Serp? I'm not sure if it's that there's something in the, like, the logic of the... I don't know yet what actually happened here. Oh, that Espella was holding the toy when he found her. Oh, wait. Espella had the tag. Okay, I missed that. She had the tag. Espella had the tag. She had the doll. I've already presented the tag on this one and this one. Where else could it be? If Eldenti got the toy back, that's a contradiction. Yeah, where she says, I got the toy back at least. I presented this, and I presented this, and they were both wrong. I'm gonna try this one.
Objection.
Nope, that wasn't it either. Yeah, that's exactly... I understand why she's wrong, but I don't understand what I can present. I don't see anything that she's saying that can be refuted by a piece of testimony that we have. I mean, by a piece of evidence that we have. It's funny, last night, I've been watching all of my stream VODs on YouTube, starting from the beginning, watching through everything, and last night was the dang swimsuit gravel from Danganronpa 2. Madness. Is this where I present the tag to show if she was holding... This is probably it.
Objection.
It was. He lied. Listen, Phoenix Wright, understand the rules of your own game. When I press, if you say this is not a problem, it throws me off track. He said that piece of testimony was not the problem. He explicitly said it. He's breaking the rules. Miss Al Dente, I would like to confirm just one thing. The stuffed animal you submitted to the police, is it this one? Yeah, that's the one. No doubt about it. I'm sorry, but if that's the case, things simply don't add up. What doesn't add up? If it's about the leg, it's that girl's fault. It got ripped off because she wouldn't let go. The problem is not something that's missing from this stuffed animal. On the contrary, it's something that shouldn't be there in the first place. That was a real gyakten. Something that shouldn't be there. Cake Foxy, you arise! It is time for more of this. Oh, I should mention before I forget, next week, instead of Tuesday and Thursday for this game, I'm gonna play it Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we'll be off Thursday. No stream Thursday. And that is, of course, this item. This is the final piece of evidence received from the guard, Mr. Smiles. When I seized the girl at the crime scene, she was clasping this in her hand. She didn't even seem to notice. And what would that be? It would appear to be PC Badger's tag, Your Honor. Strange, isn't it? Passing strange. Something was definitely ripped off this plushie. But it wasn't its leg, it was the tag. The eel! The eel was the real murderer. You noticed it too, didn't you, Miss Al Dente? If this is the stuffed animal that Ms. Cantabella was holding when you found her, then why is the tag still on it? Hey, you tasteless-looking prosecutor over there. Yes? What's this about a tag? You didn't tell me anything about that. If you'll please calm down. It's no use blaming the prosecutor. He didn't even know this tag existed.
Objection!
Witness! I had not been informed of such evidence. If you had this in your possession, why didn't you hand it in to the police? Smiles is back. Sorry, Mr. Prosecutor, I am an expert at what I do. Oh, right, this is a flashback. And my expert advice to myself was that I'd better keep this as my secret weapon. So I waited for the right moment to single-handedly settle this trial, Munch. For better or for worse, this tag's existence has only recently come to light. Neither the prosecution nor you, Your Honor, knew about it before this trial. Gah! But then, why is there a tag on this toy? Approaching the end on Baba Is You. I still have a lot more of that to play. That's going to remain a Saturday game for a good long while, I think. Am I not quite centered? How come this toy has a tag? The answer is simple. There's a tag on this stuffed animal because... Oh no! I did not mean to click anything. I probably clicked the wrong one just now. Most likely, Miss Al Dente took a different plushie by mistake. I'm so good at video games. I got it instantly. This is actually a speed run. What's that? She took a different one? The toys all look the same, so she ended up picking the wrong one. How can you claim she would make such a mistake? That toy is missing a leg. Ugh. What you said was so ludicrous that I raised an objection for no reason. How about we hang a useless attorney tag on your neck, darling? Yeah, great. Let's all play gang up on the Phoenix, guys. Don't you shake your curls at me. Mr. Wright, I'll ask you again, and you had better get it right this time. Well, you had better not put the options on the screen too fast next time, sir. Mr. Your Honor, sir. She put a new tag on it? The toy was swapped. There's only one possibility. Oh wait, is that the same one? No, it's not. Okay. No. I already got a game over before you even got here, Cake Foxy. It was awful. And I objected to it. Listen to yourself. Why would I even do something like that? Ridicolo! And that's right. That tag must be a fake. A fake? Why would you think that? That chocolate freak must be trying to frame me. That's what it is.
Objection.
Mr. Smiles has no motive to do something like that. No motive? It doesn't require much thinking to come up with one. He wanted attention. Yes, what he said, the guard lied to show off. That's all there is to it. Did Johnny produce bogus evidence to draw attention to himself? It's impossible. It's an interesting theory, but it's impossible. And how do you know? You! I'll dice you like an onion. I'm allowed to threaten your life in court. So that works. Anyway, was Mr. Smiles lying? There's an easy way to find out. What? How do you plan to check it? By checking the fingerprints, of course. Fingerprints. Arg! According to Mr. Smiles' testimony, when he seized Miss Cantabella, she was holding the tag in her hand. Therefore, her fingerprints should still be on that tag. Yeah! Bailiff, have this evidence investigated immediately. That's your job. That was awesome, Nick. We've almost got her now. Mr. Flinch, I have a question for you. What is it? When you searched the crime scene, did you find a toy without a tag? Well, Mr. Flinch, did you? Ugh! No, considering the circumstances, it did not seem necessary to investigate quite so thoroughly. But at the very least, I can tell you that all the toys in the crate had tags on. Dots. Excuse me, Your Honor? What is it, Mr. Wright? Yeah, The other games have always had very easy first trials, right? Even... Did Apollo Justice? I forget what the first trial was there. It appears no stuffed animal was found without a tag, which means that it may still be hidden at the crime scene. Your Honor, the defense requests that the ship be searched thoroughly this time. Send a forensics team there immediately. You're requesting another search?
Objection.
What? Surely you can't be serious. Whether the toy was swapped or not, it doesn't matter in the least. They are all the same. Any of them will do just fine. Dots. That is exactly why it's important. All these plushies are the same. There's no need to swap one for another. And yet... why is the witness getting so worked up about it? Because she's a jewel thief! That's just... Ooh. Dramatic angle. We got a dolly shot. Matrix. Actually, wait, the Matrix shot that I'm thinking of didn't use a dolly. I had a feeling there was something odd about this case. A stolen stuffed animal, and an assault connected to it. There had to be more to it. There had to be another crime under the surface. Nick! This is it. What should I do? Request a search. Your Honor, the defense insists on a search. Should a plushie without a tag be found on the ship, then there's a strong possibility that this case will be resolved. The prosecution does not acknowledge... Whoops. She has a point, and she has a large fish. Those are the two things that you need in order to get away with being a jewel thief. A point and a fish. Witness! Ms. Al Dente, why did you swap the stuffed animal? And why are you so afraid of having the ship searched? PC Badger holds all the answers. Apollo Justice was the one... Oh, yeah, the one with the grape juice. I guess that one was a little weird. That one was not quite as straightforward as you might expect for a first case. Especially since it has a weird resolution. The whole fabricated evidence thing. Dots. Waiter, there's dots on my fish. Send it back. Send it back to the kitchen. Have the dots removed. I say, Mr. Wright, could it be that you already know the reason behind the swap? Of course, I don't have any definitive proof, but when it comes to pointing out a possibility, I might have something. Very well then, let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence that would explain why Ms. Al Dente is against the search? Because she's a jewel thief. There is a certain article in this newspaper, Elusive Jewel Thieves at Large in London, Scotland Yard on Red Alert. Oh, that robbery. I have heard about it, of course. A group of thieves robbed a jewelry store and made away with about 50 pieces of jewelry. Many extremely valuable stones were stolen, as well. Scotland Yard's under great pressure to find them. All packages sent out from London are being scrutinized by the police, except for dolls. And what does this have to do with our case? Nothing. I beg to differ. The jewel theft took place in London, and that's where our freighter picked up its cargo. London? It can't be. Witness? That night, you discovered the defendant in the cargo hold. The slow push. I love it. She was holding one of the plushies. You knew you had to get it back. You had to get it back at all costs. But why go so far for a mere plushie? There is only one possible reason, even though there's a lot. I mean, could be drugs inside. Could be it's a Beanie Baby. Could be it's a Beanie Baby, and we're in the mid-90s when Beanie Babies were worth tens of thousands of dollars each. You couldn't afford to have the police discover what was inside of it. That was an okay breakdown. I have to someday after I'm completely done with this series, I'll have to watch, there's gotta be a YouTube compilation out there, every single Phoenix Wright breakdown, witness stand breakdown. We have just received a report from the team investigating the crime scene. This toy was hidden between a storage unit and a pipe. Ah! Dots. The toy has been cut open and the contents examined. And this was found inside a pink diamond worth approximately 100,000 libs. Pounds. Euros. We have also received a report from the crime lab. The defendant's fingerprints have been found on the tag. Do you have anything to say, Ms. Al Dente, if that is your real name? Wait, why is it a tail mark? Objection! She was holding the tail. Why is it the head? That's a contradiction. I lost, didn't I? So you are a... Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm one of the jewel... Or has she lost her accent? Is she just normal now? My role was to get the loot out of London. The police never check the regular shipments from that workshop. We decided to take advantage of that blind spot. Indeed, the regular direct delivery service has been overlooked by the police. Possibly because that workshop produces the very mascots representing the police. Nope, never mind, she still has the accent. The other crew had nothing to do with it. I used their ship, that's all. It was you who hid the jewels inside the plushies. There was one jewel in each toy. I was carrying them away one by one. The defendant happened... So, wait, what if she had just, I don't know, like, had a bag? Like, couldn't you just have a bag with all the jewels in it? It's not like every time somebody leaves London, the police stop them and give them a full cavity search or whatever. You could have just had a bag. Whatever. The defendant happened to pick one of the toys up. I had my heart stand still when I saw that girl in the cargo hold. Whenever I was free, I stood guard in front of that room, and yet she got in somehow. She must be a witch! So there she was in the room with the hidden loot, one of the toys in her hand. So how did Dispella get in there? I don't know if she was trying to steal the toy or what. But I just had to get it back from her, no matter the cost. Then, I handed in a different toy. I made it look like it was ripped in the fight. It would have been over for me if the police had found any of the jewels. But, wait. Who was it in the end? Who hit Olivia? Oh, I almost forgot about that.
At first, I thought it must have been that little girl that hit me. But now I don't know.
You don't know?
No one else was supposed to be in that room. But what if there was someone in the shadows?
A witch.
Some mischievous person hidden in the darkness.
Professor Layton. This was a most unusual case, was it? Was it? Cannot be said that all... We didn't even put a parrot on the stand. It cannot be said that all mysteries have been resolved, but it has become clear that Ms. Cantabella is innocent. Ugh. Well then, Mr. Wright. Mars was streaming Banjo-Kazooie, so I was rhyming in literally every message I sent. Oh. That's miserable. I have a friend who... What was the game? Child of Light? He was trying to get me to... No, there were 2 games. There were 2 games that he recommended to me really highly because of the rhyming in them. And I think... I bought and played the first one, Guild of Dungeoneering. Like, he's like, because the narrator speaks in rhyme the whole time. And I'm like, this isn't a fantastic game. Like, it's okay. But I found nothing that the narrator said to be funny. And then he tried to recommend Child of Light for the same reason. It was both of them. Oh, and High Soul Shadow. I did nothing to her face. It was hit by the head of a fish. That's why it looks like the tail of a fish hit her. It's a contradiction. Get used to it. Yes, Your Honor. It would seem that I owe you thanks for helping us see the truth. No need to thank me, Your Honor. Just pay me. I am a lawyer, and I don't work for free. I was just doing my job. Please pay me. Please, judge, pay me. I think that's how it works. Is that really the smartest thing you could come up with? And Mr. Flinch. Yes, Your Honor. This trial was part of the Legal League of Attorneys exchange program, wasn't it? Programmy. So British. May this trial serve as a lesson for you, too. Is that understood? Ooh. Sure, alright. Well then. The court has reached its verdict. I pronounce the defendant Espella Cantabella. Oh good, they have confetti in... I was afraid that was purely a Japanifornia thing. Confetti thrown in courtrooms. Omede gozaimasu. You did it, Nick. Yeah, thanks. I guess I should be happy. Someone's not happy. Adjusts glasses. But Darklaw's cold gaze is staring daggers through me. Dots. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You are better than I thought. Had I known earlier, I would have asked you to prove Espella innocent from the very start. I'm glad you're happy about the verdict. Espella, come and thank Mr. Wright. He's a robot. I'm not fooled. I know a robot when I see one. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Glad I could help. Dots. These dots are in binary. Hey, Espella. What's that big book you've got there? Dots. Oh, please forgive her. She's a bit of a robot, you see. She's very fond of computers. At any rate, now Espella can return to her peaceful life at our boarding school. For military androids. And it's all thanks to your hard work, Mr. Wright. Now, please excuse us. We have some formalities to attend to. Oh, yes, of course. Mr. Wright. You were truly outstanding in that courtroom today. Farewell. Saraba. Not guilty, still a witch and a robot. Still a witch robot. A witch bot. Phew, it's finally over. The whole game. You know, something's still bothering me about this case. The person who hit Olivia, where did they go? That's true. We don't know who actually assaulted Olivia. If it wasn't Espella, there must have been another person at the crime scene. But neither Olivia nor Johnny saw anyone else. The room was dark, save for the emergency light. I'm sure someone hid in the shadows. And Johnny was wearing sunglasses. I'm amazed he saw anything at all. He missed all those clues, so it's not much of a stretch to imagine he missed the perpetrator, too. How about we head back now? Okay, let's go check out Tower Bridge while we still have some daylight left.
Oh.
Voice.
What is it, Maya?
There, on the couch.
The murderer.
Espella's book?
Oh.
It is the book she was holding. We should return it to her. Hey, Nick. Let's see what kind of stuff Espella likes to read.
Just quit it, Maya.
Labyrinthia, huh? Huh?
Huh? Maya, look.
Hey, Nick. Look, that's us, isn't it?
Never-ending story. Is that how it worked? Did you get sucked inside the never-ending story, or you just read it? I forget. To be continued. Olivia faked the whole thing, knowing that the jewel thief was a cook. 10 out of 10 plot assumption. I agree. Credibility. I deserve more than that. I did a great job. You shut up. I am incredibly credible.